Bet365 betting odds tonight. Travis Bazzana coming off a career-high tying 4-hit performance last night. He also drove in 3 runs for the Guardians, and he scored 2 runs. This is a great offensive park. It always has been. In fact, since Coors Field opened in 1995, there have been exactly 6,700 home runs hit in this ballpark, more than any other ballpark in that time. And we are joined now by Andre Knott. I don't know if anybody can hit one up that high tonight. What do you think?
No, I don't think so. Larry Walker didn't hit one up here. Dante Bichette didn't hit one up here as well. But we are at sea level. What does that mean? We're 5,280 feet above ground, basically, and that tells you the elevation above sea level. Now, when you talk about what that does and how that works, we're a little out of breath. And, Arch, I did bring my oxygen with me. I'm not going to use it here on air. But for our players, and I talked to some of the guys, Joey Cantillo said last night, his fastball didn't have the same vertical movement that he's used to it having. And they think that came back from playing at this level, which leads to home runs. The other big thing we have going this weekend is Players Weekend. And for Travis Bazzana, he had 4 hits last night, as you talked about, in the Open. He had a Rocky Mountain high because he's been able to show off his bats on the field and off the field for this Players Weekend.
I'm looking forward to seeing kind of everyone show off their stuff. You probably learn something about different players from our team and some other teams. So yeah, it's exciting to kind of show some of what you got and where you came from, and that's what it's all about.
We know where you came from, but just tell us about this bat and how cool it is for you to have a bat like this representing you.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty fun. Some boxing kangaroos. I think Australians love to, get around their animals and the culture, and I mean, a boxing kangaroo is kind of like a fighting symbol back home, I think. So it's pretty funny, and yeah, it's beautiful.
Your other bat I love because it's the name that everyone else calls you that doesn't know you.
Yeah, I mean, look at that, Baz, beautiful colors. Another boxing kangaroo, I think. Yeah, just represent back home and have everyone see like what we've got. I guess it's pretty awesome, and I think people back home will be excited to see some Aussie colors.
Baz was a little out of breath.
I was just going to say.
I know, you can hear him. He was working on it. But I tell you what, you come up here, Matt, this is the 20th row before you get all the way up to the top. It is a great sight line. Arch, I told you, you can see the sun go down in the mountains in certain parts. You come up here, baby, you can see all the mountains you want to see, the sun go down and all that great stuff in a great baseball game. Should be good. The one thing I want to bring up, knowing that the fastball was a problem last night for pitchers for Cleveland, what will the cutter be for Bybee is the big question, and how he'll be able to use it here in this elevation.
Well, Tanner Bybee's been very good with his cutter. As a matter of fact, he's holding opposing hitters to a 195 average, and he's throwing it about 25% of the time, a quarter of the time. So hopefully, and I think that's what Joey Cantillo did last night, was instead of using his fastball, he stayed with that cutter more, and that's what got him through, I think, that second time through the lineup.
Another beautiful night here in Denver as we are ready for more interleague baseball. From where Andre was sitting, you can see from sea to shining sea. From the Mile High City, we're back with the first pitch coming up next.
Put their care in hands you trust.
Let's take a look at the Guardians starting lineup for manager Stephen Vogt tonight. It's brought to you by Progressive. Stephen Kwan leads it off. Chase DeLauder is the DH batting second. Jose Ramirez is third. Joe Adell, Nathaniel Angel Henao in the middle. Travis Bazzana, Patrick Bailey, and Petey Halpin rounded out. Same starting lineup. Same batting order as last night. The only difference, DeLauder is DHing and Joe Adell is in right field.
And Gabriel Hughes is making his start. It's his 8th start. He is celebrating his 25th birthday, and he's looking for his first win. And he's trying to give himself a gift after his last 2 starts. He gave up 7 runs in 4 innings in his last 2 starts, so he's going to come home and try and take care of business now.
First pitch is in there for a strike to Stephen Kwan. Kwan has been on base 33 of his last 35 games, riding a .477 on base percentage. And that ball misses inside 1-1. Game time temperature tonight, 81 degrees.
Much different, a little cooler.
And a ground ball hit to the left side, backhanded by the shortstop Carey, and a good throw to get Claude one down.
Let's check out the Rockies defense behind Hughes tonight. It'll look like this in the outfield. It's going to be Bean in left field. McCarthy will be the center fielder. Moniak is over and right. Karros at third base. Carrick is the shortstop. Castro at second. Rumfield is at first. And Sullivan behind the dish.
Here is Chase DeLauder. Comes in with the 5th best batting average in the American League at .286. And a chopper up the middle, but the shortstop, Carrick, was shading him up the gut, so he didn't have far to go. And there are quickly 2 down. You know, Archie, it's kind of ironic. Last night, it poured down rain for almost an hour prior to the contest, and the grounds crew never brought the tarp out. Field was in fine shape. It was just odd, you know,
right.
It rained. Never brought the tarp out. Today, it got cloudy. Some dark clouds moved in. They banged batting practice for both teams. They had the tarp ready to come out on the field. It never rained, and they never did put the tarp on.
No, and it just missed us. It's just outside the right field wall. I guess we were lucky. They were ready for it.
Yeah. Jose Ramirez looks at a strike. And in the air to left. A routine play for Veen. And the Guardians go 1-2-3. The Rockies are coming to bat.
Well, Tanner Bybee on the mound for Cleveland tonight, making his 27th start of the season. It'll be his 2nd start in his career against the Rockies. As a matter of fact, he made his major league debut against them back in 23 at the end of April, and he earned the win. Only allowed 1 run, 6 hits with 8 strikeouts against 5 2/3 innings.
Let's take a quick look at the Rockies starting lineup under Warren Schaefer, their skipper. Jake McCarthy, Mickey Moniak, and Cole Carrick at the top. Rumfield, Karros, and Castro in the middle. Troy Johnston, Brett Sullivan, Zach Veen batting 9th. Warren Schaefer going to run 8 left-handed bats out there against Tanner Bybee. Only Kyle Karros will bat from the right side. He sits in the 5-hole for the Rockies. Jake McCarthy, 7th best in the National League in batting average entering play tonight. Swing and a miss.
There's that cutter. It had a nice break to it.
McCarthy was hot on the Rockies road trip. He went 12 for 37 on their just completed trip, which we know was a rough one. Since they've come home, he's just 3 for 16 here at the hitter-friendly confines of Coors Field.
Yeah, they're on a 7-game losing streak at home. They had Tampa coming in, and then they had the Dodgers here, and now we were. So there's 7 straight, and they're trying to end it.
Obviously, as hitter-friendly as this environment can be, you face good pitching.
Well, a lot of teams love to come here and try and fatten up offensively.
But you think about Tampa, you think about the Dodgers,
right?
Cleveland. They're seeing some very good pitching. Now the 1-2. Tanner Bybee, if you just look at the 1-loss record, you might be thinking that that's a guy you want to face as an opponent. But I bet if you talk to any team that has faced Tanner Bybee this year, they would say that's not a guy that you want to really get fat against.
No, if he's on his game, he can shut you down.
He's just had one of those years. It's been trying at times for him because the offensive support wasn't there early in the season. I think it's wild. You may be looking at the same note that I was just going to talk about. The 2-2 is very close and just missed. Full count. Guardians have lost 19 times this year when Tanner Bybee has taken the mound.
Oh, boy.
Inside out squibber.
Nothing you can do there.
Base hit.
It's a good job of hitting right there. Took a close pitch and ends up just fighting it off, and they're playing way up the middle. Nothing you can do about it. Look at the space that's there. Kept it on the infield. They'll get an infield single.
In the last 30 years, only one time has Cleveland lost 20 games when a particular starting pitcher has taken them out. And the name will really surprise you. Corey Kluber. They lost 20 games when Corey Kluber started early in his career back in 2015, but that did not keep him from going on to win 2 Cy Young Awards.
Correct, that's true.
One of the most dominant pitchers of his era. And Stephen Vogt said he thinks that this has been, as trying as it has been at times for Tanner Bybee this year, it certainly has helped him grow because, as the old saying goes, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. The 0-1. And he pulls that foul.
I asked Carl Willis the same question. And he said, that tells me he's doing his job. And he said, and that's what I will continue to tell Tanner. You're doing your job. And he goes, if you're ever with a stat with Corey Kluber, you're doing something right. He goes, even though that one may not feel like it.
No, that's so true. But, you know, it dictates if he started this year out where they couldn't score for him.
Right.
And he was just a tough luck loser a lot of times.
I mean, look at the guys that he's got quality starts. He's up there with Sonny Gray. So he's up there with guys that have big win records this year.
Fly drive caught by Henao. And racing back to first is Jake McCarthy, 1 down.
Well, there you go. You hit the ball hard. You got a guy right in the tracks. Where you see the first base hit, it wasn't hit hard enough. It couldn't have been off the bat more than 50 miles an hour. This one, a line drive.
Cruel game.
Yeah, it's very cruel. But they take a hit, and I thought they might have had a chance for a double play, but by the time he turns around, McCarthy got back.
Here is Cole Carrig. Swing and a miss at the changeup.
Yeah, that could be a good pitch for Tanner today again with all the lefties in here. And I think the skipper put all the lefties in here because Tanner's given up 25 home runs, and 19 of those home runs came to left-handed hitters.
Back-to-back changeups. That one missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Carrig has the count in his favor. Something he probably hasn't had a lot of recently. 3 hits in his last 18 at bats. Takes the cutter, evens the count, 2-2.
Back in there with the cutter when you're behind.
Close play, but back safely. McCarthy.
It's another thing Tanner does very well is holding base runners. You know, he'll vary his moves, his waiting time before he delivers the ball to the plate, so he can hold good base runners pretty close and give the catcher an opportunity.
Runner goes on a great jump.
He did.
Bailey with no chance.
Yeah, and it was a changeup, I think. And you're right, he ended up getting a good jump there. So McCarthy gets his 23rd. He took that 1 hop, and then he was just going to the plate. He was able to get his momentum going towards second.
And the 3-2 pitch to Carrig. Out of play. You ever see a right fielder play that far over for Cleveland?
A pull hitter, yeah, like that. He is over near the line.
All four. It was a rough first inning for Joey Cantillo last night, but he was able to limit the damage to just one run. Settled in before it got away from him a little bit in the fifth inning, and he was removed from the game 1 out shy of qualifying for a win.
Yeah, he could not find the strike zone early. He was having a tough time.
Scuffling, trying to find what would work and not work is what he told me.
Well, and it's his first start
right
here, so I mean.
But you said something yesterday, and I think, Matt, as we talked about it, it can get in your head. And as I was talking to Joey a little bit, he didn't say that, but he said you hear so much about it, and then the first couple pitches don't go the way you want them to, and then you start questioning everything.
Yeah, right.
Rather than just pitching.
TJ Rumfield trying to send one to the cheap seats with that big swing, but he came up empty. Right behind his teammate Jake McCarthy.
But that's what Joey did last night. He came back and he started using that cutter as his fastball, pretty much. And Bobby's throwing a lot of them here in the first inning. Throwing some cutters. We've seen a number of change-ups. You know, and if you can command something like that early, that doesn't hurt until you can get out there and then start to see what your two-seamer does, your four-seamer. You just want to get through that first inning.
Jake McCarthy, 7th in the National League in batting average, and TJ Rumfield just 1 point behind him. And he has the 7th best on base percentage entering play tonight in the National League, so a good eye at the plate.
And not bad with runners in scoring position either. There was the four-seamer. Now another full count.
Two on, 1 out, payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 2 down.
He did not give in. That was a nice cutter on the outside part of the plate. It's too close to take. They wanted it inside, and look at it, went outside. It might have been a ball, but it was close enough for that hitter. He had to swing. He missed with his location, but got a nice break.
Here's Kyle Karros. See how aggressive Karros is after what he's watched so far in his first inning. He's 2nd on the Rockies ball club in walks. He's drawn 48 of them. He does have a couple of guys on base. May want to try to be more aggressive because of that. And he fouls that pitch out of play.
Well, now he's got a nice 0-2 count.
Now the 2-strike pitch. Little squibber right back off the end of the bat to Bybee. And the side is retired. He works around the knock and the walk. We are scoreless after 1 in Denver.
Nothing outshines a blue moon.
Our Toyota keys to the game run it up for Bybee. They have given him an average of 3.05 runs per game. That's the lowest for any qualified pitcher in the big leagues. And if they can win, run their streak to 3 in a row. Joe Adell leads off the 2nd inning for Cleveland, and that's down low. For Gabriel Hughes, the month of August has been pretty brutal. And again, if you take the Coors effect into account, you might think that's part of the problem, but he's pitched 3 times in the month of August. 2 of those starts were on the road, the last 2, and he gave up 7 runs to both San Francisco, 7 runs at Arizona. Now they can hit, we know that. He also gave up 5 runs in 5 innings to Tampa Bay here at home. So you would think, Rick, based on that, the Guardians should be able to give Tanner Bybee more than 3 runs of support.
You would certainly hope so. You know, because Gabriel Hughes, he was just called up, I think it's early July, inserted into the rotation. He's making his, 8th career start. So he's a young guy. They're going to give an opportunity.
Born in Alaska, reared in Idaho, where he attended Rocky Mountain High School, believe it or not. The 2-2. Low and away, full count. Got some baseball in his bloodlines, though. His grandfather played minor league baseball in the Tigers organization. Payoff pitch, and he strikes out Adele. StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. This is a look at what he's been using that hasn't really worked for him here in the month of August.
No, it has not. That combination he's been using. He has 6 different pitches, but you can see the batting average. That 4-seam fastball has been hit pretty good. He's given up homers in 3 straight games. Well, as you well know, it takes starters a while to settle in, and feel comfortable into the rotation. You've got to command your pitches.
Well, for a guy who uses his fastball 55% of the time, like you say, you have to be able to command that fastball.
Sure you
can, then you're in the driver's seat.
Right. You make mistakes with it, you're going to get hit.
Backhanded by the second baseman, Castro. 2 down. Well, up comes Angel Henao. And certainly the fact that he's in the starting lineup in the same position for the 2nd day in a row, and that position just happens to be shortstop, and Brian Rocchio is on the bench for the 2nd game in a row. It certainly makes you wonder, is there some change afoot? But when we spoke with Stephen Vogt before the game, it's certainly nothing that is in stone, nothing that has been openly talked about. He still feels like for him, and now's the guy that's going to bounce around from short to third to second, possibly a DH day here and there to keep his bat in the line.
Right, he's going to bounce around. I'm sure tomorrow Jose will be the DH, and he'll be maybe at third base, and Rocchio will be back at short.
Not an indictment on Rocchio. He's nothing wrong there. It's just a matter of, hey, this kid playing well.
And they had such a good game last night. They wanted to stay with the same lineup. I think that's great. I love it. And Rocchio, this is going to be a base hit.
Couldn't get the flick from his glove, and an infield hit for Henao.
And he realizes that's what I'm going to have to do. I didn't have time to stop and pick it up. He had to flip it, and he couldn't get it cleanly. So an infield single. And he could see him right in the corner of his eye. He was taken off, and that was his only chance he had to get him.
Travis Bazzana, who has hit in 3 straight games after a 4-hit performance last night.
Rick, his comments about hitting the ball back up the middle stood out to me. that he admitted that he's been trying to do too much.
Yes.
And that middle is the way to go. And he was happy about that, but he was really quick to say after the game last night, it was just one game. I got to continue doing
he knows.
this.
Yeah, the second time this year he's got 4 hits in a game. The other one we talked about last night, it was in Houston, where he hit a couple of homers in that game. But yeah, he's realizing. Look at he's staying up the middle, but it's always a work in progress.
No runs, a hit, 1 left, midway through the second, no score.
No wait time.
Guardians TV is presented by Progressive. Willie Castro grew up in the Cleveland organization. He checks on a ball that was in the dirt, but he went too far. Well-played umpire Bruce Dreckman calling strike 1.
And that's him, I think, just taking a shot at throwing that slow curveball to get a feel for it. And it had nice break to it. Didn't throw it for a strike, but still got the strike. Comes right back with it. Change up.
Tell you what, Willie Castro looks really good considering that his wife, Aniana, runs her own dessert shop. How in the
Maybe
world
he doesn't like sweets.
How can you stay that skinny when your wife owns a dessert shop?
Know his brother-in-law. Know who his brother-in-law is. And I've been to the...
He checked again. This time he did not go, says third base umpire Nate Tomlinson.
He may not like sweets like we do.
No. Ahmed Rosario is his brother-in-law, and that's his sister that makes all those good things.
Ahmed's skinnier than him.
You're right. They work out there in the DR, man.
1 down here in inning number 2.
There you go. Look at that. That's a bottom disappears, and that's the way to throw that curveball when you get ahead in the count. You like to bounce it right before your catcher, and they get the swing in the dirt.
Troy Johnston, the Rockies' designated hitter. You know, on this Players Weekend, one of the objectives for a lot of the players is to talk about and spread the word about their community endeavors and charitable organizations that they support and want to bring attention to. I can imagine for a lot of young players that's not necessarily something that you know exactly what you want to do, right? I mean, unless there's a personal tie, maybe something that your family's already gone through. You're a young player. Your whole being has been about getting to the big leagues, and then one day they say, "Hey, what's your charity?" Charity? So it takes some time to kind of work your way.
That's
through the
true. You don't think about
Yeah.
that. You're right. If you don't have something before you get up here, there's something that you're going to have to find.
I think about that with Tanner Bybee as that ball's in the dirt, because last year, Tanner, he was all over the place. He went to 13 different community events during the season. He spent tens of hours impacting thousands of people by just going around to various events and community outreach programs. There's a line drive to center field and a base hit by Troy Johnston. And the Rockies have their second hit off Bybee.
Well, that gets you out in the public and gets the fans to know you a little bit better. You may not think so.
And you might find something while you're out there.
As you're out there.
Tell me more about this organization. How can I help?
Well, and you have to learn about the city, especially if you don't live in it, but you're playing in it. And the only time you're going to be there is when you're doing baseball games or something like that. The more you learn about the city and the people, the better you're going to like it.
Brett Sullivan, the Rockies catcher, trying to pull one deep to right, but Joe Adell makes the catch. Tagging up was Johnson, but boy, did you see how Adell turned his body, caught that ball, and he was ready to fire.
But yeah, you don't take anything for granted here. When you get back around that warning track, that's a long throw in to second base or third base. You got to get yourself in position to throw, and our outfielders do a great job of that. Everyone that plays out there.
Get an idea of some of Tanner Bybee's favorites. Ezekiel Elliott. He's a big Cowboys fan.
Yeah, he's a Cowboys fan. You know it.
Dre, what did I ran into him in the
he was
lobby
wearing
when
an 88 jersey.
We were in Texas
This
that
is the
one
best
year.
story. Go
And
ahead.
he had number 88 Dallas Cowboys jersey. And I said, Drew Pearson.
He was like, who?
You'd have thought I said Neil Armstrong.
No kidding.
Had no idea.
He's like, Michael Irvin?
Pearson.
He's like,
Okay.
no.
No, Des Bryant.
Des Bryant. No, it wasn't Des Bryant.
No, it wasn't even him.
It's their current receiver.
CeeDee Lamb.
Yes, there you go.
How soon they forget.
Yeah. Hey, they don't retire that number. That 88 number, you got to be the man.
I like that. I'm tired of
I
retiring
know,
numbers.
me too. There's a big. I wanted to get into it. There's an LSU.
Thank you.
Yeah. You didn't think I could do that, did you?
2 outs. I was just gonna say, just relax.
I did.
The Rockies are going to hang up number 33 tomorrow for good.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Deserved.
well deserved.
Yes. He was one of my favorite players when I was growing up.
He's a lot of people's favorite player.
His
He was a
arm.
terrific player.
Yes.
Went into the Hall of Fame in 2020. Went in with Ted Simmons.
We'll have a statue unveiling tomorrow as down to second on the wild pitch goes Troy Johnston.
I want to see, did that ball bounce? Let's see. It's going to be a wild pitch, but
He was set up away.
yeah, he was set out away. It was tough to reach back and try and get it. He missed his target again.
Two down and a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Zach Veen, the 9th overall pick back in 2020. And he goes down hacking. Third strikeout for Bybee. And we are scoreless through 2 in the Mile High City. Top half of the third inning brought to you by your Northeast Ohio Ram dealers. Coors Field here in Denver, Colorado. Beautiful ballpark. Opened 1 year after Jacobs Field then in Cleveland. The history of baseball in Denver, though, goes back a long ways. They were home to the Denver Bears, a minor league team for many years. You played against them.
Yes, yeah.
And that was at the
1974.
old Mile High Stadium where the Broncos used to play.
That big
The horse.
statue of the horse that sat out there. Yeah, that was fun. That back in that time, that was like a big league town when you're in AAA.
Patrick Bailey to center field, one away. Do you remember, I know it's a long time ago, but do you remember the effects of playing at such a high altitude? Was there anything that you remember that stood out?
No, I mean, not like.
Like you weren't short of breath, you weren't no issues that
I was
way?
happy to be in a nice city and play in a big old ballpark, and it was big too.
They didn't have cans of oxygen in the dugout for you?
I don't think so. No. Hey, when you're 18, nothing's wrong with you. Everything's fine.
Line to second.
But you could
Two
hear,
down.
I'm glad we played the sound from Bazzana. At first I didn't because he's in shape, really good shape.
Right.
And when we did that yesterday, he had just got done taking some ground balls from Rugi. And I go, we can wait a second. He goes, no, I'm fine.
I think he was just nervous talking to you.
Yeah, then nobody, I don't think he is. But then he literally said, he goes, I didn't realize I was that far out of breath when I started doing this. I go, you want to do it again? He goes, no, I'm okay. I want to go take a nap.
Nothing wrong with that. Stephen Kwan 0 for 1. Showing bunt, pulled it back, took a strike. Hyundai in the driver's seat. Since the All-Star break, Stephen Kwan has been one of the best hitters in baseball. Been getting on base at an unbelievable clip.
Yeah, he has been really something special.
He's reminded everybody that he's probably one of the best leadoff hitters in baseball. Original leadoff hitters, not the Aaron Judge type.
No, exactly. I mean, his job for this team is to get on base and score runs, and that's exactly what he's been doing.
Right back up the middle, cut off by Carrick. And the Guardians go 1-2-3. No score midway through the third. No score, bottom of the third inning. Take a look at our Old Spice fresh stats. Coors Field here in Denver. We talked about it quite a bit. It yields a lot of offense. Since this ballpark opened, 6,700 home runs have been hit at Coors Field. That's the most in the majors since it opened in 1995. The next closest ballpark, you want to throw a guess out there what you think number 2 would be since 1995 now?
95. Camden Yards?
Camden Yards in Baltimore. And I know you cheated. Somebody.
I did not.
Yeah,
I
know.
Oh my God. No.
334 home runs more
Here
over the same time. That's quite a gap between 1 and 2.
All right,
Great field.
that was a good guess on my part.
Okay, good guessing if you're claiming that.
Cheater.
And I was thinking of Wrigley Field also.
Wrigley too. Yeah, so the 2 Chicago.
But you know what though? Not in April. You know, you
No.
get those winds that blow off that late.
Did you see the hands on deck right there? Wow.
Did not.
Moniak grabbed it with one hand. He was on a bounce and grabbed it with one hand. I'm sure Bardo will have it for us.
And then the 20 hits a game here.
Ooh.
You know.
Yeah, well.
Both, you know, hits. So that means you got a lot of traffic on the bases.
Oh, that's spanked. But Petey Halpin had it defended perfectly. His pre-pitch setup was perfect.
But you see how deep they have to play.
Right.
You know, Rick, your point about the
Let's
hits.
see this foul ball. That's in slow-mo, though.
Those guys get awfully close to home plate when they're in the on-deck circle. You watch Castro the next time up, he's closer than where this guy is now, Carrick.
You talk about hits per game
Yeah.
in this ballpark. That's why there's so many batting champs.
Yeah,
I
I saw that note. That would they have 11 of them. You know, batting titles from this town.
Now, some of those guys, flat out legit, great hitters, not necessarily impacted by the hitter-friendly environment here. But
They've had some great
there
hitters.
are some guys that you go, that guy won a batting title?
Well, late in his career, Justin Morneau, when he came here to play for a year, you would think, and Kadire.
2 down.
Right.
Yeah, 2 twins that
Yeah.
we watched in Minnesota all the time, and hey, they were great players. But I mean, it was crazy. That surprised me. I forgot about that. But look at that. I mean, you get the big cat Galarraga,
Yeah.
Walker, Helton, Holiday, you know, and then DJ LeMahieu and Charlie Blackmon. Those guys are legit, man. They were well over 300 hitters all the time. And yet they still did it on the road. They just didn't take care of it here.
Sure.
What was
That
the
was our
biggest
Liberty
surprise for
Mutual
you?
Insurance field coverage, by the way.
Out of the guys that won it, what was the biggest surprise for you that won a batting title?
Kadire.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm with you. Has no slight. We watched him for years with Minnesota. Kadire, Morneau, love those guys.
Yes.
Love the way they competed.
They were in the division, right?
But all of a sudden you come to Denver and you're batting champs. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not easy winning a batting title either. Kadire being right-handed. A lot of times it's
Right.
left-handed hitters.
I guess the one thing you wonder about is the 1-1 pitch to Carrick is taken for a strike. Talk about how much of this game is mental. Hitting is so hard to do. It is so mental. If you're tearing it up at home, that mental, that confidence.
Oh, yeah.
It carries
If you
over,
love
right?
hitting in your home ballpark, yes. You can't wait to get back.
Another fly ball. This is routine for Petey Halpin. And the center fielder makes the catch. And the Colorado Rockies go 1-2-3. Stay right there. We're not going to take a break. We're going to take it behind the scenes on this Players Weekend. The Guardians have a new home run celebration this year. They've never done. They were like the last holdout among big league teams in the home run celebration. So exactly how did this come about?
The story, I'm sure everyone's told the story of how it came to be, but it was just something that we bonded on as a team in spring training.
I mean, that was my first time at Medieval Times, so I was really just trying to enjoy the night with the guys.
I went to Medieval Times twice in a span of 3 months, where I've never been before.
But it was just fun to be a part of that atmosphere, and we had the team split up into 2 different sections, so we were cheering for opposing nights. So there's a little competition there, which was fun. But yeah, after it, Bobby just went to kind of the armory shop there and picked out a helmet, and then it really kind of came to be just like that.
And obviously I saw they sold a bunch of stuff, and when Kyle bought the sword, it was kind of one of those things of like, oh, if he's getting that for like the player of the game thing, I feel like getting that. I mean, never done one before for like a homer celebration. So I was like, yeah, I'll get a helmet. And like we went, like kind of rolled through a couple of helmets, and that was the one we kind of landed on.
It became our immediate. Everyone knew like immediately when we got it, that's what it was going to be. So it's always a funny memory seeing him run through the dugout.
Yeah, I think obviously every home run is special, but when you get to be greeted by your teammates in a enjoyable, fun way, and like that kind of run through is always special, and it makes that moment even better when everyone's supporting you.
Yeah, definitely really cool. I mean, it was pretty fast because I think Chase got it pretty second at bat of the total at bat of the team for the year. So, I mean, it was really cool. It's a really cool thing. I mean, hopefully when the season's over, I can get all those guys to sign it and put it up in my house somewhere.
Thanks to the guys for sharing the story about the home run helmet.
Chase owned it the first week. That's all I could say.
Here he is, leading off in the 4th inning. Scoreless game. Guardians have just 1 hit. Gabriel Hughes has not shown any signs of the guy who's been battered about in his last 3 starts.
He's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ground ball outs, a couple of pop outs, just 1 strikeout. Hasn't walked anybody.
Haven't seen many of these counts where he's behind like this.
Right. Well, that always helps.
Well, let's see, second time through the order. If the Guardians can solve him.
He's only been out of the stretch for one hitter. That's it.
Ball 4, leadoff man is aboard on the first walk issued tonight. And a word now from Cleveland Clinic.
Sports medicine for the moments that move us. The future of peak performance is here. Cleveland Clinic.
Here is Jose Ramirez. Jose is trying to do something that hasn't happened in 9 decades. His next hit will put him in the top 5 all-time franchise history in hits. No one has cracked the top 5 since 1936.
Wow. Yeah, that's amazing.
It has been, I think, kind of a testament to the teammate, the person that Jose Ramirez has been and continues to be, that injuries have not dampened his enthusiasm, his spirit. It has not been the kind of year that he or we are used to seeing.
No, but he's grinding away.
Yeah.
And you just wait for him to wake up, and it's going to
Put the cape on and carry
Yeah,
a little bit.
you know,
'Cause he's done that for us for so long.
I mean, this is the park he's hit well in.
Took it for a strike, full count.
Matt, I take what you just said as his pure love of the game, and he loves every part of it. And I remember when we went to DR, and he told me, he goes, my grandpa still plays softball every week. My grandmother, they all still play. Like, this game is what we do.
Base hit right field. There it is for Jose. And that'll chase DeLauder around second. He fell down, scampers back, and the throw went wide of the bag. And DeLauder will end up holding at second base on what almost turned into a carnival for the Colorado Rockies defensively.
It almost did, but I'll tell you what, Chase should have been on third base. He should not have stopped because he had the opportunity. That's where he was looking for help. He didn't know exactly where the runner was. He should have been on third base. Watch him stop and say, hesitate. He had it set because they were throwing to second base, and that ball gets by him, and Karros made a terrific play to save it. So now they have first and second.
Karros did, then he almost made a bad throw to the pitcher that was covering third. Watch this. This almost got away as well.
Right now, DeLauder's going over to check in with Rugi Odor, probably going over what he was looking at, what he was thinking.
He had the play beaten. You know, I looked at him and it was go to third. That's what he felt, but I don't know why he hesitated after he got around. That's where he's got to know he can get there and you get to third base.
Well, the base hit for Jose Ramirez pushes him into fifth place all time in Guardians history with his 1,752nd hit. Nobody has cracked the top 5 since Earl Averill did it in 1930.
You see a lot of those where there's black and white, and he's the only color photo on the screen. That ball just creeps into right field. He found the hole that you're looking for.
Joe Adell drives the ball to deep left field. Goodbye. Deep into the bleachers for Joe Adell, and the Guardians take a 3-0 lead on an absolute moonshot by Joe Adell, his 20th home run of the season. Is he some kind of hot? That's 8 hits in his last 21 at-bats and 11 runs batted in. Boy, did he crush that thing.
Yeah, I mean, just the sound of the bat. He had 2 base hits last night. You could hear the crack of the bat. And when you elevate it like that, boy, he has done something special. He leads them with the RBIs. What's he got now? 17 since he's been here? 12? No, 15?
77 all told for the season. He was leading the Angels in ribbies when they traded him over to Cleveland.
He likes those 3-run homers, and so does everybody else that's in that dugout.
And now Nathaniel Lowe with a line drive to right field for out number 1. What a blast. 450-foot home run means baseball fans score 2. Unlock your free 20-ounce Baja Blast by registering now at BajaBlastHomeRuns.com. Oh.
.450. Wow.
Guardians have turned things around in a hurry. The second time through the order. It started with the leadoff walk. Jose with a milestone base hit to right field. And then a monster homer by Adell. Henao racing down the line. The throw on the run by the shortstop Eric gets him for out number 2. I think Joe Adell has made a nice fit in this Guardians lineup.
Oh my goodness, that right-handed bat in middle part of the lineup, it's perfect.
Yeah, you know, last night after the game, Bazzana was, when we were watching the interview with Andre down in the clubhouse, he was talking about he could feel himself rolling over, trying to hook everything. And so just trying to get back to using the middle of the field.
Because he can handle the ball on the inside part of the plate, so you think you're going to get it and you're going to hit it and hit it hard. You got to stay on pitches. You got to wait a little bit longer, instead of going out to get it. And that's what happens sometimes. You get yourself out on the front foot and your bat slows down. It doesn't speed up. And you end up rolling over on it. And that's where you just have to stay back and just concentrate on hitting line drives the other way. And as you readjust your field, you'll get the feel for it. And then, like I say, you'll earn pitches on the inside part of the plate when you take your base hits the other way.
And so often is the case. And we saw it last night. Who was the hitter? I was talking about it with, it was Henno, when he hit the double to right field.
Right.
When a pitcher slows it down, that speeds your bat up. Those are the balls you're going to pull.
Yes. When they make a mistake with the slow pitches, you'll turn on them automatically from putting a good swing on them and waiting.
There's a good swing.
I love that swing.
And
see, and that was more of a line drive, sitting down in there. That's beautiful.
Third hit of the inning for Cleveland.
You get to 2 strikes, and that's your approach. And he hung it, and that looked like it might have been a little cutter or something like that.
Stays right. That's really textbook fundamentally. Patrick Bailey flied to center his first time up. And you think, you do something day in and day out, over and over, hundreds if not thousands of times, swinging, batting practice, in game, off the tee. And yet you still have to, he was out here before the game yesterday working and working and working, trying to get that swing back to where he knows it needed to be. And then as Stephen Vogt said, when you can take that out into the game and then get 4 hits.
That helps. I mean, because you want to succeed. When you get out there and you work hard and you see results, now you get a little more confidence. That makes you feel a little bit better. Because there's times you can walk into that box and you're lost. You're not picking up the baseball, and the pitcher's job is to keep you in a rocking chair, off balance, or off the barrel of the bat. That's their jobs. And once they do it, and they can see it in a hitter. That's why hitting is one of the toughest things to do in the world, man. To be successful at it. That's the fun part about playing every day. You get that opportunity.
I'm sure there were days where you walked into that box and that bat felt like it weighed twice as much as it should have weighed.
And there's other days where you walked in there and you didn't care, and you hit everything and it seemed to fall into place. You just got to try and ride your highs as long as you can and minimize the lows.
It's not that, I think there's a misconception that baseball players are overly superstitious, and I've come to realization it's not about superstition. It's that when you're going well, you just don't want to think too much about it, so you don't want to talk about it.
No, but everybody else does. Leave me alone.
Yeah,
that's why they tell you, Andre, I don't want to talk about it.
And I understand it.
Quan's told you that how many times?
Kwani and I will look at each other and say, what do you want to talk about? Like I've learned with Kwani, just talk about anything but that. Jose's the same way. Jose will tell me, I'm not feeling good right now, so let's talk. But if he's feeling good, get away from me.
And yeah, that's not superstitious. That's a jinx. You don't want to jinx yourself.
Or just get in your own head.
That's what it is.
You're clear.
Bingo.
You don't want to think about it when it's going well. Take your brain out. Right?
George Brett, one of the best hitters of your era, certainly if not one of the best of all time, said, total concentration is thinking of nothing. You get in that box, you're not thinking, you're just reacting.
Yeah, you just react, and it just comes so easy. It's not that you don't have to work at it.
Bazzana gets a running head start. The payoff pitch, it's low, ball 4, and as this inning has been brutal.
Pitch is called a ball. The catcher's challenging.
Well, Gabriel Hughes and his catcher's trying to steal him a strike to get out of the inning, but I don't think this is going to stand.
Well, he could use it if he can get it.
ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Call is confirmed. Colorado has one challenge remaining.
And so it is ball 4, and the 8th man to bat in the inning will be Petey Halpin. Gabriel Hughes had retired 9 out of the 10 batters he had faced through 3 innings. And then he walked the leadoff man here in the 4th.
Second time through, coming out of that stretch. Walk, single, dinger. And then he got the 2 outs. Bazzana got a 2-strike base hit and then the walk. And now he's got to fight to get through this inning.
Petey Halpin socked a home run to the bullpen over the 375-foot mark. Call a strike on the outside corner, and the Rockies get action in the bullpen. Again, he was ahead of almost every hitter in those first 3 innings. I think that's why he was having so much success.
Yeah. And, you know, then when you have something like this, it starts snowballing on you, and you can't get out of it. He had the 2 outs, and the 3rd out, all right, after you give up the home run, you can deal with that. All right, I made a bad pitch. He hit one out. There was 2 guys on. There's your 3 runs. But he had a really good chance to get out of the inning, and he couldn't. That's what happens to a lot of young pitchers. They get to 2 outs, but you're not done with the inning yet.
3-1 count for Halpin. And he chops it right into the tracks of the second baseman, Castro, and Willie flips it over to retire the side. 8 men go to the plate here in the 4th, but it started with a 3-run jack from Joe Adell. The Guardians have the lead. The home run helmet continues to thrive.
Tickets are on sale now for the Discount Drug Mart Champions Club. You can get a seat in prime location overlooking the first baseline, access to climate-controlled indoor lounge, and all-inclusive food and non-alcoholic beverages at CLEGuardians.com.
Three-0 Guardians on top, bottom of the 4th inning. TJ Rumfield, Kyle Karros, and Willie Castro will bat for the Rockies. Guardians have given Tanner Bybee 3 runs of support. And that's what they've averaged giving him.
It's nice coming on 1 swing of the bat.
Yeah.
And now it's up to him now. Set this inning down, 1, 2, 3, and get that offense back into the dugout again.
Boy, that was a
Quickly as
funky
possible.
looking swing from Rumfield, wasn't it? That cutter really baffled him. Almost like he didn't get a good read on that ball.
And I can tell you somebody that moved when Rumfield came up, and that is his neighbor in the offseason.
Popped up. Shallow center. Petey Halpin there. 1 down.
Last night, Rumfield hit a foul ball over there towards the dugout and knocked Sandy Alomar down. If you just look now during Rumfield's at bat, he went as low as he could possibly be and nowhere near where he was last night. After that, then he told us today, Rick, that Rumfield and he are neighbors in the offseason. So he said, I got to leave him alone. He goes, maybe he has something for me.
He lives down in Texas.
Yeah.
Huh?
Kyle Karros takes a strike. way out in front of it.
There's his sweeper. Really took something off of that pitch. You could see he was out in front of him.
Man, that was a really good spinner. That was a nasty curveball. And that's strikeout number 4 for Tanner Bybee.
Yeah, beautiful pitch right there. He went right down. It was at the heart of the plate. He was looking for it. He swings and misses.
7 in a row set down by Tanner Bybee, and Willie Castro, who struck out his first time up, is the hitter. Backdoor curveball in for strike 1.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, the spin doesn't seem to be bothering Bybee at all. He's getting some good movement. It looks like he's getting good break on it.
Back out of play. Bybee's 2-2 to Castro. Broke his bat.
Nice job.
And it will flare in the left.
That was a nice curveball that he was able to stay inside out and take it to left field. Might have went off the end of the bat, but that's about all you could do with it. It was a good pitch and a better job of putting the ball in play.
Let's get a word right here from Bet365.
Fellas.
Bet $10, get $200 in bonus bets.
Troy Johnston, the Rockies DH. He had a base hit right up the middle, first time up. Only 3 hits allowed by Bybee. All 3 singles. And that's important because this is a Rockies club that is 3rd in the National League in extra base hits.
Hey, they've come back many, many times this year. They never quit. I said it last night. These guys are going to play for 27 outs. So, you know, don't count them out.
No, we talked about it last night. You can never just relax. You can't take a breath when you're pitching.
And Bybee only has 1 walk. That came in the first inning. And you know, after he settled in, he's been fine. He's been throwing strikes. He's had good stuff. You can see the pitch in first inning 27, but he's really settled in nicely. You can get this out here quickly.
The 2-2. Left field, that's trouble. Into the corner it goes. Castro flying into third. They're going to wave him home. Relay throw to the plate. Not in time. Rockies get on the board on a 2-out RBI double from Troy Johnston.
Well, I'll tell you what, he did a nice job of going the other way, and Castro was off and running, I mean in a bullet, because he knows Kwan's out there. You get 2 good throws, you got a chance to get him. Even though he cut the bases really well, he's going to be in there safe. Johnston goes to third base on the throw, and they are on the board now.
I don't know if you noticed that. It was kind of strange. As Henao took the relay throw, as he turned to throw, his glove came off of his hand, and I don't know if that affected the throw home or not. It was still a pretty good throw, but it was just weird to see his glove come flying off his hand.
I was watching the base
as he was throwing the ball.
I did not see that. I was watching Castro fly around the bases. Here it comes.
Wow. It's just crazy, isn't it?
I've never seen that.
No,
Wow.
I don't think I have either.
I don't know how Matt's side saw it. I was watching the ball.
The 1-0. Halpin again. Perfect positioning. Makes it a routine play to retire the side. A run on 2 hits. Rockies get on the board. We move on to the 5th inning with the Guardians up 3. And Stephen Kwan will lead it off for Cleveland on Players Weekend next.
To shine.
Now Stephen Kwan going to lead it off for the Guards here in the 5th inning. Some of his favorites, we know about his love of chess. And I go back to, I think, one of the first times I met Stephen Kwan in spring training, and somehow we got to talking about that. I thought he had sort of a passing interest in chess. I had no idea the depths of his passion for the game of chess. And what's really cool is how he and some of the other players have adopted some of the younger kids in Cleveland, brought them to the ballpark.
Right.
They've had chess tournaments. It's been really cool outreach program.
Bigger than that, he's changed kind of the dynamic in the clubhouse. Guys play,
to see guys playing chess is just.
You go in there and it's not, ping pong or anything, Rick. They're in there playing chess seriously, like every day, and tallying up who's beating who and talking trash.
You guys probably played checkers, huh?
Yeah.
Checkerboard.
I played checkers, and chess. I played a little chess, but not long.
That pause told us everything we need to know.
You played chess?
What was the big game in the clubhouse? Like if you guys had some time to kill, what would be the game?
Spades.
Card game, spades. There you go.
Yeah, hearts, spades.
That's a classic right there. I didn't know you were a spades player, Rick. We might have to.
Well, let's go. Let's go sit down.
I'd love to.
I balled it right. Drifting back onto the track, and Moniak makes the catch, 1 down. I guess it just kind of comes with the territory, right? With baseball, there is ultimately there's a lot of downtime.
You got so much time to kill. Are you kidding me?
4 games, and so.
Well, now these guys show up at the ballpark.
Right.
It's so early, but I mean, when we showed up at the ballpark, we didn't have TVs. We didn't have TVs, lounge chairs, and pods and everything to go. You had a clubhouse and you played cards. That was it.
That was your entertainment.
Yeah.
A deck of cards.
When was the first time you remember like a radio or a stereo, like music in a clubhouse? Milwaukee, Cleveland? Did you ever have it in Cleveland?
I'm sure we did. I don't know. I can't remember right now. I think about it.
The boom boxes really didn't come around until the early 80s. Maybe somebody had a boom box now.
Well, I know we didn't have TVs in the clubhouse. The only one that was in the manager's room.
And you didn't go in there.
No, you didn't want to go in there.
Chase takes outside.
That's a good question. I don't remember the first time that.
Chased a lot or walked and scored in the fourth. 3-1 Cleveland on top. I still remember getting my first quote-unquote boombox. I think the year was 1981 because I remember listening to a fight of all things. I tuned into a fight on the radio. It was Larry Holmes and Jerry Cooney.
You listen?
Heavyweight championship.
Wow. Kids probably don't. You listen to a fight?
Yeah, right. Pilato called out on the check swing by third base umpire Nate Tomlinson.
The bench does not like
Not happy with it. Bench isn't happy with it.
And this bothers, and I haven't seen it, but this bothers Chase because they feel like because his legs come forward, they feel like his hands come forward. And they don't.
He's got a legitimate
Yes,
gripe.
he does. And I think because his lower half goes forward, that's what Stephen Vogt feels, and Chase, that they think umpires call that strike.
That could be a right call, like that, what you're talking about right there, because he did check his swing. Umpires see that movement and they initially think that the bat's going to follow, but he keeps his back as probably as well as anybody.
One ball, two strikes for Jose Ramirez. His fourth inning single moved him into fifth place on the Guardians' all-time hit list. Spoiled one. Now the 2-2. I was just thinking, Arch, Scotty Bales is filling in for Tom Hamilton on radio, and he was telling me he walked in the clubhouse. He couldn't get over how quiet it was. Again, sign of the times. Everybody has their own iPhones, their headphones.
Well,
There's no big music.
And
there's Balesy with Rosie.
And they go hide in so many different places. What's up, Balesy? But they hide in so many places, right? Like, Arch, there's so many other rooms you can go to now in a clubhouse.
Well, yeah, that's something we didn't have.
But it used to be, and not that long ago, there was one radio, there was one stereo system. You turned it on, that's what everybody listened to.
Yeah.
And
it
you got in
was
a fight.
loud and rambunctious.
Then you got in a fight.
Fly ball right field. Is it hit deep enough? Back is Moniak into the corner, and he makes the catch just into foul ground to retire at the side in order. We're halfway through. Guardians lead by 2. Cleveland Guardians baseball is brought to you by Levin Furniture and Mattress. Lazy Boy recliner starting at $395 at Levin. Star Wars night here at Coors Field in Denver. Galaxy jerseys, I think, were given out. Either that or they all shopped at the same store. A lot of folks wearing the same jersey walking in tonight. Zach Wiener Schnitzel leads off for the Rockies here in the bottom of the 5th. Bazana throws him out, one down. Bet365 scores from around the league. We go back to the top of the order. Jake McCarthy is 1 for 2 with a single and a stolen base. Liner toward left. It stays up just enough for Quan to make a shoestring catch for out number 2.
Picked it up off his shoelaces. He certainly did. That ball had some sink to it. Looked like it was going to drop, but he gives, as usual, runs right through it, picks it cleanly.
So with 2 gone, Tanner Bybee hoping that he can get through this at bat rather quickly. He had that opportunity in the 4th, and then it was a single and a double and a run scored before he got that 3rd out. But if he can get through Moniak quickly, he's got a chance to come right back out for the 6th. Maybe even pitch into the 7th, who knows? Up and away. I asked a voter before the game, does he still have those difficult conversations? Do starters still seek him out after the game?
Oh,
this is
way up
deep
there.
to right, way back. Adele's going to watch it fly out of here.
That thing is up there.
Mickey Moniak with his 21st homer of the year gets the Rockies within a run.
Boy, that had some character to
it
it, didn't it? I mean, that went up, and that went up about a mile high, it looked. So a 2 out, 1 swing of the bat will put another one on the board and make it a 3-2 game. Moniak gets his 21st home run. That was a high spinner.
Yeah.
And he just clipped it perfectly. And I mean, it had that backspin on it, and it just carried.
That right there, what you just saw, was something that they changed in this ballpark 10 years ago. It was 2016, believe it or not, when they extended the built-in out-of-town scoreboard all the way to almost straightaway center field. That chain link fence. So there's the original wall, 16 feet 6 inches. But before 2016, the wall in right field was only 8 feet high. And they raised it up to 16 feet, hoping that would make it a little more pitcher friendly, but that ball hit by Moniak flew out of here. It's a 1-run game through 5 in Denver. Well, our Chevy drive of the game came back in the 4th inning. A 450-foot home run off the bat of Joe Adele. It gave Cleveland a 3-0 lead, but the Rockies have picked up 1 on the 4th and 1 on the 5th to make it a 1-run game.
Boy, you get down in that nitro zone, and he drops the bat head and hits it a ton.
Adele will lead off here in the 6th for Cleveland. New pitcher is Nick Frasso. Frasso on for the 6th time since getting called up. In relief of Gabriel Hughes, he went 5 innings, allowing 3 runs on 4 hits. Rockies pitching staff as a whole dead last in Major League Baseball with a staff earned run average of 554. The bullpen has been a little better than the starters. Bullpen has pitched to a 4.84 ERA.
Oh,
that was crushed as well. Man, does this guy barrel him up?
Yeah, he's a good low ball hitter there. I mean, he almost took his head off. I want to see. Was this a? I want to see what this pitch was. It was a fastball at 95, and it came off the bat a lot harder than that. 113 miles an hour for a single.
You just said something. Low ball hitter.
Yeah.
And his best friend when he was with the Angels, Mike Trout.
Mike Trout.
How much do you think those guys talked hitting? He was on a golf course with Mike Trout when he got traded to the Guardians.
I bet they could kill a golf ball,
No
too.
kidding. Yeah, no kidding. But how much do you think they talk probably about hitting it when you come up and Mike Trout's your teammate?
Well, it's a good guy to learn from.
No doubt.
I'll tell you, but he can drop the hammer right there, boy. You make a mistake. He hit the breaking ball out, and he just smoked a fastball.
Good changeup. 0-2 on Nathaniel Lowe.
I got to think they got to be happy with Gabriel Hughes' start today. He came out, he's been scuffling. He made one bad pitch.
You could make
a
the
three-run
case.
homer.
You could make the case it was really one bad pitch.
Yes,
that cost him.
and that's something he would have to build on, the way he's been pitching. But, he made one bad pitch.
There goes Adele. He got a great jump, and Lowe pulls it down the right field line, but it goes foul. Oh, he'd have scored easily, but that ball just about a couple of feet wide of the right field line.
Boy, he had a good
0-2
jump,
pitch, too.
and he slowed this pitch down, and Nathaniel Lowe is just a little bit out in front of that pitch.
That was a straight steal by Adele. I think he went diving into second base, so he had to get back up quickly.
He's feeling good. He wants to hit for power, steal bases, and do it all.
Lowe lays off.
He did not look back, and he has one thing in mind, stealing the bag. Now he heard the ball, so he's got to try and pick it up and look for it, but it was foul.
You feel like you're a lost guy out there because the shortstop, second baseman don't help you. He's got a big lead again.
You get no help.
Right back up the middle. He knocked it down a little bit, and Adele ends up being safe, and they pulled him off the bag at first with the throw. Wow. Another Rocky defensive lapse, and look how angry the pitcher Frasso is because he thought he was going to make a play on it to begin with.
He missed it. If he lets it go, it's a double play. They were covered right up the middle, and then he makes a bad throw underneath Carrig, and that's we'll see how they score it.
Just a straight base hit all the way is how it is scored. It wasn't routine because he was on the move, but that's a play I think you got to make. You got to get it out there. In the dirt, it gets away, but not far enough. Adele got a good read on the ball, and it just trickled away from Sullivan, and he realized he's going to get to that quickly.
Yeah, had to make sure you're in scoring position already. You got to make sure 100% you could get there.
Well, good opportunity for the Guardians. Angel Henao, an infield hit in the second inning, extending his hit streak to 5 games. But a chance to regain the momentum here in the 6th. Pop the left, routine play for Veen. 1 down. Injury report brought to you by the injury attorneys at Elk and Elk. And for the Guardians, we talked about it. This is a consecutive nights with the exact same batting order for Cleveland. Something that's fairly rare. 119 different lineups used by Cleveland, 4th most in the majors. This is game 130. High fly ball, center field.
You can tag up at second.
Catch made by McCarthy, and his throw to the cutoff man. Runners hold, 2 down. This is the situation that plagued the Rockies last night. They had multiple chances to score runs. They left a small village on base. At one point, they left 2 on the first, 2 on the 4th. They left them loaded in the 5th. They left 2 more stranded in the 7th, 2 more stranded in the 8th. Bailey, line drive. That's going to be a single to left field. Adele flying around third. Here's the throw from Veen to the plate. Not in time. Adele with a head-first slide, and the Guardians get a big 2-out RBI single from Patrick Bailey, and their lead is now 4-2.
Bailey, another big 2-out base hit there. You got to send him in this situation. He got a good jump, but there's 2 outs, so you keep coming. Not a bad throw. He's just a little deeper. There it is. Off with the crack of the bat. 2 outs. You don't have to worry if he's there or not. Head down, comes in, and scores. So that's nice answering that run that they put on the board. They take the momentum back and put it on their side.
I'll say this for Bailey, he's been pretty clutch. 11 of his 24 runs batted in with the Guardians have come with 2 outs.
I like that.
Petey Halpin 0 for 2. Right field. Right at him, inning over. Guardians get one back here in the 6th. The speedy legs of Joe Adele bring home run number 4. 4-2 Cleveland.
T-Mobile, find yours.
Become a Guardians 10th teammate for the 27th season. Season ticket memberships start with just 20 games, and they feature the best seats at the lowest prices. Members also have access to team store discounts, opening day, and postseason ticket priority. Learn more at CLEGuardians.com.
TJ Rumfield leads off for the Rockies here in the 6th. He is 0 for 2 on the night. Cleveland leads at 4-2, and Bivey's pitch is knocked down the line, foul out of play. Guardians bullpen is quiet. Bivey just over 80 pitches on the night. Has walked 1, struck out 4. Spun him out of there. That's foul. He looked at a ball outside. This is popped up near the dugout.
This should be in play.
Bailey is there and makes the play right where that opening is in the middle of the dugout. Isn't that crazy? David Fry said, I had you. I was there.
Well, they could have caught it and stepped down into the dugout. Usually you get help from your people. Everybody's running over there. No one wanted to help out. What are you doing?
The coaches are running.
That's what he's saying. Where are you guys going? I need some help. Man.
Andy McKay's getting worn out by.
He should. He was taken off.
Andy's like, that's not what they hired me for. That's
oh yeah, it is. You got to be the pillow, baby.
Well, the catcher's got to help the catchers, right? Got 2 catchers right there.
Maybe Bailey needs a breather. Yeah. We are at altitude.
Think about some oxygen.
Get the oxygen.
Well, you know, Sandy Alomar mentioned this to me before. You know, Sandy spent a year here with the Rockies in his playing career. And he said the problem with playing at altitude is the cyclical nature of it. So you're here for a week, then you go on the road for it. So just when you start to get used to it, you go on the road for a week.
Right.
And you come back and you start all over again. And he said by the middle of the year, physically you're just worn out.
Yeah.
From having to make that adjustment.
Makes sense.
Constantly.
You don't
back
think about
and forth,
that.
back and forth.
Teams come in for 3 days. It may affect them, but they're leaving. and they won't be back.
This is Connor Norby. I don't know. We haven't heard anything officially from the Rockies.
I think defensively, they did the same thing last night. I don't know if Caros, he just came off the list last night.
Yeah.
They took him out. I don't know defensively if they feel, you move Castro around, you put your better defense in there, you're in the ball game. That's what I was just thinking in my own head.
I'm thinking concussion, and you hope nothing is, is bothering him that way, because they kept him in all game last night. The Tovar left last night with
he was hurt.
Norby strikes out. 2 down. And now Willie Castro coming up. Castro singled and scored in the 4th. Turns that one around, but it's foul.
These guys seem like they're up there looking for a spinner early in the count because they're getting after him.
The 0-1. Back out of play. What do you think of Willie's shoe game? That's pretty strong.
Yeah.
Oh, he had some good ones last night too. Those are nice.
Those are definitely customized Jordans with.
Yeah, Matt would wear those on a regular day. The right outfit.
With the spikes and everything.
Yeah, click clack away. Let's go,
Yeah,
baby.
you'd hear him walking down.
He'd come down the hall. You know who's coming.
Yeah. Tap shoes.
It's my Sunday best.
Up high.
But you know what, Rick? When I see a guy like Castro on this team, even their leadoff hitter McCarthy, as much as we talk about what the Rockies are going through, they've got a couple guys that have bounced around and kind of know what baseball's about that can help these young guys.
Yeah.
Because they've had to struggle to get to the place that they're at, and they're both having pretty good years now.
That's true.
There are some who believe that the Rockies are close to turning the corner.
They've got a ways to go.
Yeah, it's a big corner.
Long corner.
Yeah. You got to look at the pitching.
We also are, we do got to look at the pitching, and I guess we were not getting this chance to see their all-star catcher. He's got 30-plus home runs, and I'm sure he gives a lot of energy to his team with, I think it's 34 home runs he had before he went on the list.
Big man.
Yes,
he does a nice job.
All of baseball wanted him, and they did not trade him.
To the changeup, fouled back. Good at bat here for Castro, and the last thing Bobby wanted was to have to throw a lot of pitches, but it's going to be
this
6
was the
innings.
guy that kept the inning going back in the 4th when he had his first 2 out.
This is going to be the end of the line for Tanner.
Yeah, he's got to empty the tank right here.
Once again, the payoff pitch. It's ball 4 and a challenge from the catcher, Patrick Bailey. This should get him out of the inning. ABS is powered by T-Mobile. Strikeout number 6 for Tanner Bybee, and the Rockies go 1-2-3. Bybee goes 6 strong here in Denver, and the Guardians lead it 4-2. The top half of the 7th inning is brought to you by your Northeast Ohio Jeep dealers. And back here at Coors Field in Denver, Colorado, the Guardians lead it by a score of 4-2. It'll be the top of the order for Cleveland to bat here in the 7th. And the third pitcher of the night for the Rockies is Brennan Bernardino. Bernardino is another one of those guys. His story is somewhat interesting in that there was no straight line from college to the big leagues for Bernardino, who was originally drafted by the Cincinnati Reds. Kind of made his way through the Reds farm system, but ultimately just kind of ran out of time, ran out of opportunities in Cincinnati. He ended up signing with Cleveland. He spent 1 year with Cleveland pitching at AA Akron. And then the odyssey began. He pitched a couple of years in Mexico. That's going to go out of play off the bat of Kwan. You know, through the pandemic and then through 2021, 22, and then came back to the stateside, if you will. Pitched in the Mariners organization, back to Mexico again. Signed on with the Red Sox, and his first taste of the big leagues with Boston back in 23. He had a good first year, and he was 31 years old when he pitched in Boston and had a 55 appearances and a 178 ERA.
I was going to say, I know they used him a lot.
They pitched him every day, I felt like, in Boston.
It seemed like it.
But, Matt, when you tell his odyssey to get here, he's exactly what you need in the bullpen nowadays. You know, he's started games as an opener. He'll do whatever you need him to do, and he can do it at any point in the game, and he's left-handed, so it's been worth it for him is what I would say.
Here is Chase DeLauder. DeLauder walked and scored back in the fourth. That means he's reached base in 34 of his last 37 games now with a .400 on base percentage. Happy Gilmore, his favorite movie. Nothing wrong with that.
What was your favorite school subject, Rick?
Recess.
Study hall. Sound like my son. That's not good.
My least favorite subject was math.
DeLauder has two bats. You see that blue one. They also made him a yellow one. And he said, that's too many. That's too close to West Virginia colors. I'm not using that.
Just outside. I think it's going to be interesting. We're going to play the Angels next. And his favorite athlete growing up was Mike Trout.
Maybe he'll go to Joe Adele to set up a little meeting for him.
Swing and a miss. Bernardino with the strikeout, and there are two down in the seventh. There's that old saying, never meet your heroes because you're bound to be let down.
Yeah.
But Mike Trout's one of those guys that he's the real deal. Just a very down-to-earth, humble superstar. Now Chase is pretty quiet in his own right. I can't. I think you're right, Dre. It might have to be brokered.
Yeah.
It might have to be a mediary because I don't see Chase the kind of guy who's just going to walk right up to. Hey man, how's it going?
Hey, you're my favorite player growing up.
But I think that'd be pretty cool for him.
I think it'll happen. Hopefully.
Well, you get the opportunity. You better hurry because he may not be around much longer.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, he's getting up there.
You got the opportunity. Just go introduce yourself. Say hello.
Do you have a guy like that you got to play against that you grew up reading in the newspaper about?
Well, yeah, a lot of guys, but we didn't fraternize back then.
That was very frowned upon for you.
It was. You didn't. Hey, I want to meet this guy. If you did it, it was away from the ballpark.
Matt, who was a player we just were talking? We listened to a podcast, and he was getting yelled at by his manager for. Was it Harold Reynolds? Was it Harold?
It was Harold Reynolds.
Yeah.
Why? What'd Harold do?
Well, he played for Dick Williams for one thing.
Well,
1, 2, 3. The Guardians.
Thank God there's 2 outs.
I rest my case. Stretch time in Denver for 2 guards.
Allegra, it's a no-brainer.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Cleveland Guardians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Guardians. Oh, my man had the binoculars out looking for that ball off the bat of Joe Adell. Cleveland Clinic call to the bullpen, Eric Sabrowski. He's here to pitch the bottom of the 7th inning, bottom third of the Rockies order due up. All 3 left-handed hitters. And I don't see a move for a pinch hitter. All 3 guys are still have their bats and look like they're ready to hit. If anybody gets on, perhaps they could make a move. They have 4, I should say 3, because they've already put Norby into the game. A couple of right-handed bat options, though.
Well, you're only in the 7th inning. You got to keep those lefties around for Cade if it stays like this.
Yeah.
So you're not going to pinch hit here in the 7th inning.
Swing and a miss by Johnston. 1 and 2. Yeah, and more to your point, Jordan Beck is really the one option on the bench. He's hit 1 home run.
Yeah.
He's not really a big power guy. Ezekiel Tovar, he left the game due to illness last night, so don't really know his status. Again, not a big power hitter.
Yeah, you're facing the bottom part of the lineup, so he's just going to stay with that unless something big comes up, you know, that may happen. And
nobody could get to that pop-up. Jose well off the line, so he had a long run to try and get there.
Yeah, that's where you see that happen a lot with guys off. You have 2 out or 2 strikes, and your guys are back to the back part of the infield, off the 3rd base line. Nobody in sight.
Back goes Hanau. He makes the catch there for out number 1. Well, Eric Sabrowski, he's got this just as a guy with a great dry wit personality. When we where were we? We were in Chicago, and it was Polish Heritage Night, and we asked him, Eric, are you Polish? He goes, no, I'm Canadian.
I'm Canadian.
Like, that's
him.
Yeah,
I love him.
He liked the Barry Zito, I see.
Yeah,
that big curveball specialist. Yeah, he had a good one.
Grabbed by Sabrowski, and a nice under control throw, 2 down. A word now from Levin Furniture and Mattress.
Sink into unbeatable comfort with Lazy Boy recliners, starting at just $395. For an incredible selection of Lazy Boy, shop Levin.
It's too bad he's not old enough to have any memory of the Edmonton Oilers dynasty.
Oh, man.
Oh, Gretzky.
With Wayne Gretzky and Mark Messier and Yari Curry and Brent Fury.
He hasn't watched any video, or
right.
I'm sure he
I'm
had.
sure he has.
Yeah. Could you imagine Sabrowski on ice? He's a big dude. He would be checking people. I think he'd be a defenseman.
Did he ever play hockey? Do you know?
Never
Andre?
asked. I'll find out.
Yeah, ask him if he ever skated around on his backyard. Sure, they had rinks made.
It's like asking a guy from Scotland, you play golf?
Right. No, I mean in kilts.
You are something else.
You play the bagpipes? Sabrowski trying to make it a 1-2-3 inning. Zach Veen down 0-2. Oh, checked his swing and fouled it off.
He fouled it off his hand.
I
or
was
the
just going to
bat?
say it might have got a knuckle.
It sure did.
Might have clipped the trademark, barely.
Got the Wiener Schnitzel.
Swing and a miss, and Sabrowski sets him down 1-2-3 in the 7th. Score remains Cleveland 4, Colorado 2.
The Guardians will be hosting the Kansas City Royals on Saturday, August 29th at 4 o'clock, and 15,000 fans will receive a throwback 1936 Bob Feller jersey, courtesy of Franklin University. Get your tickets, CLEGuardians.com.
8th inning here in Denver, and a new pitcher for the Rockies, 4th of the night, Juan Mejia. Mejia making his 50th appearance on the year, a .585 ERA in 52 innings of work. He'll be facing Joe Adell, who is 2 for 3 with a 450-foot 3-run homer in the 4th inning. Remember, he had a 455-foot homer in Cleveland to the top of the bleachers in left field earlier this week. I mean, it was an absolute mammoth shot. And I guess because just the way our ballpark is situated, you've got the 19-foot wall, and then the way the bleachers sit on top of that.
Right.
When he hit that one tonight, you knew it was crushed, just the sound of it alone.
Yeah, to hear the
I didn't
crowd.
realize it was as far, almost as far as the one he hit in Cleveland.
Yeah. Big outfield.
Yeah, it's 390 to the wall, and he right way past that, obviously. Popped up, playable, first baseman.
Yeah, they
Run
tied him
field.
up that time. They didn't let him extend the arms.
This was the home run earlier. Watch this baby go.
Boom, down and see ya. Yeah, 60 feet from where that.
That stands to reason.
Yeah, sure does.
That got him off and running. Guardians have beaten the Rockies at their own game so far. Cleveland came in 29th in the majors in homers. Rockies a fair home run hitting team, not a big home run hitting team. A lot of extra base hits, but they've still hit, coming into tonight, 20 more homers than Cleveland. But so far in the series, the Guardians have about homered them 3-1. And you get those crooked number dingers.
Yeah, that's 3-pointers are nice.
2 3-run homers in the series for Cleveland. There's Angel Henao. Henao 1 for 3. And a big chopper to second. They go in order. We go to the last half of the 8th, 4-2 Cleveland.
Guardians fans, you can vote for the spicy Thai fries. Fill in your Ballpark Bites bracket for a chance to win tickets to try these bites in stadium. Vote at MLB.com/bracket.
Hunter Gaddis on the pitch for the Guardians here in the bottom of the 8th inning, 51st appearance of the year. Right back up the middle and through. That Jake McCarthy's second hit of the night. He came in one of the best hitters in the National League, and he has 2 more knocks.
Got a little spinner on the outside part of the plate and took it to the second base side. You can see where Henao was playing. He was right up the middle, but he just hit it too hard and hit it to the second base side, and there's your leadoff man aboard.
Tying run to the plate, Mickey Moniak homered his last time up, and he checks on the ball down low. Moniak's 21st homer of the season. This is the home run that cleared the 375-foot mark, but it was high in the air.
Yeah, that thing, it was 6.7 seconds before it landed.
Would you call that a Ray Guy punt?
That is exactly. Yeah. And Ray might even punted it far, higher in
Denver.
Here in Denver. Yeah, exactly.
I call that a fair catch.
That's, yes.
Wave that arm and catch it and get out of the way.
You better hope you catch it.
Comes down a little harder when it's that high up.
He'll be surrounded.
No kidding.
I think Ricky Upchurch would have run it back. Swinging a high fly ball. This is playable, though. Joe Adele going back a few steps. He hears footsteps, and Petey Halpin came over to make the grab. Hunter Gaddis grew up in Georgia. Pitched collegiately at Georgia State. He's a big golfer. He loves to golf. I can't imagine, like, if you're standing on the tee box and he comes up in the group behind you.
Big dude.
Like, oh, we better play fast.
Yeah.
No kidding.
No, you're welcome to go through, fellas.
Yeah, why don't you play through? Slice it near the line. Quan can't get there. It's going to go foul. Yeah, just imagine you're on the tee box and a foursome rolls up, and it's Hunter Gaddis, it's
Cade Smith,
Eric Sabrowski, Cade Smith, and I don't know, throw in Tim Herron. I mean, those four big human beings.
Yeah.
Like, hey guys, let's go to the driving range. There goes the runner, and that's first foul. Carrig just a tad quick.
He wasn't going to give him any opportunity to steal a bag there. He was down 0-1. He was looking for something he could hit. And I mean, you talk about being out front. There's the spinner, and he was so far out front.
Oh, he came right back and did it again.
That's the best place for it. A hard slider down and in, back foot.
2 down.
I mean, the location is what got him here. There it was, started down. Great pitch. Now you get the second out.
And now TJ Rumfield 0 for 3, but a dangerous hitter. Popped him up on the first pitch. A thing of beauty. Bazzana settles under it. And Hunter Gaddis with a scoreless 8th inning. We're headed to the 9th in Denver, 4-2 Cleveland. Our progressive defensive play of the game, Tanner Bybee.
Yeah, came out of the chute, and he had a lot. The cutters were working early. He had a nice little breaking ball, a sweeper a couple of times, moved the fastball around, threw it well. He had 5 strikeouts, only 1 walk. Gave up 2 runs, solo home run. And that was it. Did a nice job going 6 innings in this ballpark. As mentioned at the outset, he made his major league debut against this team when it was back in Cleveland in 23. Ended up getting a win. He gave up 1 run in 5 2/3 innings in that start.
Check swing. They said he went home plate umpire. Bruce Dreckman, the crew chief. Plate on the left side. He rolls over to first. The flip back to the pitcher, Mejia. 1 down. Tanner Bybee made his major league debut against these Colorado Rockies back in Cleveland 3 years ago.
5 2/3. There's the 6 hits, only the 1 run. Did not walk anybody. 8 strikeouts. Wearing the goggles back then.
Patrick Bailey has walked and came up with a big 2-out RBI hit in the 6th inning. He's knocked in 5 runs now in his last 3 games with 5 hits. Juan Mejia has retired all 4 that he has faced. Chased it in the dirt. First strikeout for Mejia, 2 down in the 9th. And a word now from Liberty Ford.
Liberty's in Aurora, Maple Heights, Canton, Parma Heights, Brunswick, Vermilion.
Petey Halpin 0 for 3 on the night. He's up and away. Out of play. Up and staying in there. Up and hanging in there. And he works the count for a walk. That's a good at-bat for Halpin, not giving one away here late with 2 down in the 9th.
Well, and you get Kwani to come in. Well, this will be a great time for him, too, if the situation presents. Love to see what his move is like. Could have an opportunity to take off and steal a bag here, get yourself in scoring position.
Let's see if he goes first movement.
Let's see if, I don't know if they have anything on him now. It's pretty quick, too. Didn't really come set and hold it. He just boom, paused, and came home.
Ground ball to second, and the flip is in time for the force at second base. It's closing time. Cade Smith coming on when we come back.
Cleveland Guardians.
Bottom of the 9th inning in Denver, Colorado. The Rockies will send their 5, 6, and 7 hitters up to bat against Cade Smith. Connor Norby, who came on for Kyle Karros in the 6th inning and struck out his only at bat, leads it off. Cade Smith fires, and a first pitch strike on a swing and a miss. Fly ball, left field. Kwan is going back, still going back, and it is over the fence and gone for a home run, and it's a 1-run game. Kwan tried to get back and make a play on that ball, but it was just beyond his reach. And Connor Norby, who came on for Kyle Karros, sends one out of here for a solo shot to make it a 1-run game.
Well, this is an 0-2 pitch right here, and he coming with a slider, and it was down and in, and that's why it was hit so high. Norby got up there, and look at it carry, just out of the reach of Kwan. And gets into the seats, and this makes it a 1-run ball game.
Willie Castro looks at a strike on the outside corner. Hits are now even at 7 apiece. Fifth home run allowed by Cade Smith in 57 innings of work. A line drive and a leaping catch by Bazzana for out number 1. Timed that perfectly.
Yeah, he sure did.
That's one of those ones where you can see a guy jump maybe just a little
Sometimes,
early.
yeah, you can. You're not sure how hard it's hit.
Yeah.
You see it.
Troy Johnston bats with 1 out. He has a single and a double and a run batted in. On the left, Kwan moving over toward the line, makes the catch, 2 down. Well, Star Wars night brought him out here in Denver, 39,327 on a beautiful Saturday evening. I would imagine we'll have a big crowd tomorrow for the Larry Walker statue unveiling. We'll be here to bring it to you tomorrow afternoon. That's a 3 o'clock Eastern time start. Pitch in there, strike 1 to catcher Brett Sullivan, who was over 3.
Look where Vean's standing.
I mean, he's right next to the
yeah, he's just in the back pocket.
Now that's a little ridiculous. Look how close.
Yeah.
If we get a shot at, look at that. That's kind of nuts.
It reminds me of fantasy camp where you want to use a pinch runner.
I think Patrick Bailey challenged that, and with good reason. ABS powered by T-Mobile. Clearly a strike. And the count is 0-2 for the Rockies. Book it. Cade Smith nails it down with a 1-2-3 inning after the leadoff homer by Connor Norby made it a 1-run game. And Smith picks up save number 33 on the season. And the Guardians have won back-to-back series now. This is a series clinching win. They've won consecutive series for the first time since the week before Memorial Day.
Yeah.
When they ripped off 4 straight series wins in the month of May. So a good turn of events for this ball club.
Something they needed to do, Matt. You know, that's 3 in a row for them. You come out here, they got another lead. They got a 3-0 lead with a 3-run home run, and it certainly helped. The pitching was very good. You come in here, and 7 runs are in this game. Normally you get 10 runs and 20 hits a game in this ballpark, but a 1-run game, and you certainly will take it.
4-3 is the final score as the Guardians have won 3 in a row. Back-to-back series wins and a chance to sweep the Rockies in the series finale tomorrow afternoon. Stick around. We've got Guardians postgame coming up next.